Blog Talk Radio.
Sounds off. Only fear fears, but fear does not live here. I'm your host, Miss Tonya E. Check this sounds out by Strange Fruit Project, Making My Way. Be right back.
Hit 'em with the yes, yes, yo. And you don't stop to the beat, yo. In the place, rock, keep it moving. Yes, yes, yo. And you don't stop to the beat, yo.
Wait a minute, I'm about to drop a dime on the fam, living less than stellar when I spit this fire from the cellar, rock bottom, dirty south, the microphone, grip a prolific lyricist, got the gift to keep on spitting this. Who want to test me? You know I hit 'em with the Mr. Clutch and crunch time like Nestle. I'll be the everlasting truth, 181 proof in the pudding when I step into the booth, poof. Like magic, yo, you silly rappers, it's the dramatic like classic when I'm rapping. Plenty of action, addition, subtraction, turn these whack rappers into fraction. Simple mathematics fanatic, addicted to my got your girl doing backflips. Let's take it back, kid, on some old school raps. My boombox blasting in my lap, man.
I will stay for today, but tomorrow I'll be feeling well. Baby, I'll be making my way. I can't be tethered or locked down, cause all that I got now ain't nothing at the end of the day. And so I will stay for today, but tomorrow I'll be feeling tell 'em, baby, I'll be making my way. I can't be tethered or locked down, cause all that I got now ain't nothing at the end of the day. I'll be making my way.
I am the truth, meaning I am proof for who I am. Who would give your applause in pursuit of time hands? Make 'em clap, make 'em snap, make 'em point my direction. Sorry if I gotta move in and out of your section. I just wanted to bless one before I left some. But do it to death, well come and give it your best run. A rendition, I won't just stop your style. I end missions, I drop your man, listen. Going at it hard while gripping my gonads. A nomad, hoping my plans won't go bad with this music. Focus, drop the jewel and I'ma use it. Even in the mansion there is room for improvement. So I'ma keep moving until I drop the beam. A cop dreams of being overseas and rock scenes. Put on your red light, Roxanne, it's not me. The K-Bird got away and cop a ticket from me.
So I will stay to leave today, but tomorrow I'll be feeling tell 'em, baby, I'll be making my way. I can't be tethered or locked down, cause all that I got now ain't nothing at the end of the day. And so I will stay for today, but tomorrow I'll be feeling tell 'em, baby, I'll be making my way. I can't be tethered or locked down, cause all that I got now ain't nothing at the end of the day. I'll be making my way.
It's the SFP. Do it most definitely. So basically, you're facing me. We break shackles and we're setting you free. Who letting it be? Society never pressuring me, but it's less than 3, so hit 'em with the. I do my own thing, my main with beats and the speakers that bang. Put the change in my celebrity frame, so praise the Lord. I never been scored, so Charlie hustle now. Put 'em on my muscle now. Back with it when I'm spitting the flow. Got the other brothers hitting the flow. So yes, yes to the beat, to the rhyme, to the beat. I speak whenever the shine blind you with a
Yes, yes, yo. And you don't stop to the beat, yo. In the place, rock, keep it moving. Yes, yes, yo. And you don't stop to the beat, yo. Keep moving, keep moving. Yes, hit 'em with the.
Keep moving, keep moving. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. What's up, family? You're listening to Sound Off, Only Fear Fears, but fear does not live here. I am your host, Miss Tonya E. And as I said, that was a fly joint, Making My Way by Strange Fruit Project. That is dope. That is like so old school, but they got that flavor to keep your head bobbing. So anywho, today is Tuesday, February 3rd, 2015. Family, I want to thank you if you're listening live for your time, never taken for granted, as well as if you're listening to our archive shows. Thank you so much. Please be sure to spread the word. We are back, and we have our special featured guest that's on hold. But before we get to our special featured guest, family, I must say happy birthday to Cicely Tyson. She is an icon. Happy Black History Month, that's every day. And what else? I'm going to stop saying so much. I realize I say that a lot. But family, listen here. I just said I was going to say stop saying that right, but it's still saying it. Okay, so here I'm going to go. Family, we're going to continue this series called Who's Watching Who, and we're on the part 4. However, we're doing the part 2 of I'm My Brother's Keeper. And our special featured guest that we have on hold, our brother, is a young man that I've met some time ago, a couple of months ago, and must say that he is on the move. And also he has his breaking of the, we're going to be breaking the bread, but give his testament on where he has come from, what is literally going on with our younger people being, and I say younger people because he is younger than me, so my junior, and I respect him to the T because he's doing so much, and there are no excuses for our young people saying that there are no jobs, they can't find work. You have to create it. So without further ado, family, I'd like to introduce you all to our special featured guest, our brother, Mr. Danny Norton. Are you there?
Tonya, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you fine. Can you hear me?
I can. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, man. Was that joint not rocking?
I mean, I found myself in my apartment just, doing my little two-step. If the camera was on me, y'all would have saw. But, I mean, I don't know. That was my first time hearing it, but it had a little beat to it, had a little move to it.
Well, I actually picked that song for you, Making My Way. And as you are making your way, Danny, I want you to introduce yourself to our listeners before we begin to break bread with you.
Cool. Well, I appreciate you, Tonya, for giving me the space and the opportunity to introduce myself and to share my story. I'm always humbled when I have people who I look up to, whether it be from a success or just a life standpoint, that offer me space to kind of be in their space with them. So I definitely honor you for that. But hey, guys, how you doing? For those who may have heard my voice before, maybe not, this is your first time hearing from me. Again, I am Daniel Norton. I'm originally a native of New York and New Jersey. I grew up and was raised there. I actually grew up in a small town down by the shore in New Jersey called Neptune, and it's like a real place. It's not like the planet, So I grew up there and, played basketball, was a, collegiate player as well after high school where I played in Jersey City. So that's my life, I'm a sports guy. I love sports. I'm an athlete. So, the whole, Super Bowl thing kind of got me excited. And we won't talk about that. That's for a different show. But
no, we will not.
So that's what my life is surrounded around. Sports and things of that nature. So really, ultimately, what I've always been looking for is freedom in life. I grew up in a middle class, and I'll even say borderline poor household. My mom, she worked multiple jobs just to provide for me and my sister. We never really had much growing up. We always had what we needed though. And with that, it kind of created a hunger just to have more in life. I always said that when it was my turn, when it was my time to kind of get out in the real world and, have an opportunity to go after the things that I wanted in life, that I was going to take it serious and that I was going to, play all out. Just because not having in life, it kind of creates that desire for more. So, I tried school. I was directed to school. My mom, she did the best that she could, in directing me in the avenues of success. She pretty much put the clips on me, and she was like, hey, like either you go to school or you work. Being 17, graduating from high school, work is scary. So I was like, I'll go to school, and I did that deal, and it didn't work out for me as it does for most people. I remember the day that I decided to actually kind of call it quits at school. I don't know if anybody else hearing me has ever had this experience, but I'm sitting in class, and it was some math class, and the professor's up there, and he's drawing all these numbers and these brackets and these commas and these letters, and I'm sitting here, and I just had like an epiphany. I just look around the classroom, and I see everybody's kind of like zeroed in on what the professors talk about, and I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing here. Like, I feel so out of place by being in this classroom. And it wasn't because I don't like to learn. I love learning. I think if you don't learn every day, your day was wasted. So I love to learn. But my thing was, I'm learning things that don't push me closer to what naturally is inside of me to be doing. And I've always had a desire for freedom because I wanted to help people in such a way. I grew up in a huge mega church in New Jersey, called the Cathedral International. And my pastor, my bishop, my mentor, he always instilled in me service and working for people and helping people. But I knew that the brackets and the commas and the quotations, that's not going to help me help anybody. Really what that's going to do is just help me make an equation and solve an equation, So I decided that day that I was like, you know what, I'm going to be done with school, and I stopped going. I actually gave up my basketball scholarship at the time because it just wasn't benefiting my life, and started working different jobs. I've done just about everything. I mean, I'm a handy guy. I've fixed TVs. I've done cable. I've done janitorial work. I mean, even on the other spectrum, I've even had an opportunity to work in corporate America, where I had to have my suit and tie on and things of that nature. So I've got experience on both ends of the spectrum. But again, it didn't give me what I was looking for in life, which was that freedom. So just the ways of life kind of moved me down to North Carolina about 5 years ago. And I was living with my godparents, and at that time I was really at my ultimate low. I can say that I haven't been at this point ever in life before, so it was a new space for me. And really at that space, what happened for me, in my personal experience, again, I don't know if anybody can relate, but it was really, I was like on an island kind of situation. All my friends that I had, they were back in New Jersey, they were doing their thing, so I didn't really have any friends. On top of that, really, I had nothing going for me. So the only thing that I really had to hold on to was my faith. And in that time, God really kind of showed me myself. I think a lot of times in society, we kind of use different things that mask who we are to kind of make ourselves look a certain way or feel a certain way. And sometimes it's very easy for us to lose sight of who we really are. So God had to kind of strip all these things that I was using to identify myself. He had to strip me being an athlete. Strip me being, charming and the ladies' man. He had to take all these things away for me to really just be in a space where it was nobody but me and him. And it was at that point that I really kind of decided to go on a personal development and just a spiritual growth, spurt, for lack of a better term, in my life. And that's what I was starting to do. And because of that, I became very positive and very open-minded, to the point where when I was introduced to an individual who introduced me to, the industry that I'm in now, word of mouth advertisement, I was so flabbergasted because it was everything that I was looking for in life. I was meeting people who were having incredible success, I was meeting people who were making top dollar, but the biggest thing for me was I saw people who were servicing so many other people in a way that I've always wanted to do. And because of that, they were having immense freedom in life, So I got involved. I mean, I particularly got involved in one specific idea, which has been giving my life so much more value, so much more peak experiences. And, just the way things are going right now, it's been moving me from state to state, from town to town, from area to area, working with individuals who all buy in on the idea of let's get free. So in a nutshell, that's been my story. That's been my story. That's been my life, over the past 27 years, and it's been a blessing. It's been an amazing ride. It's definitely been an up and down deal, but I can say that, life has never been this meaningful. It's never been this purposeful, and I contributed all to where I come from, So I hope I did a good job of kind of sharing, where I come from and things of that nature.
Well, bro, listen, you done gave us you didn't give us everything, but you gave us like 50-75%, and everything you have said. Look at here, I was sitting here just listening, like everyone else was like, wow, that was me. It's like, again, like you said, being raised under the conditions that you was raised. You had a mother that bust her tail. Much salute to your mom for not giving up, because so many women will use an excuse, just like men use an excuse why they can't take care of their kids and just give up.
Yeah.
But much respect to your mother on being that powerful woman and making sure she gave you the right fruits of life. She had you knowing and understanding there is a God, first and foremost. So that right there, is the first thing that any parent should do. But, it is what it is. Some believe in it, others don't. For my household, I believe in it. And you just said everything that so many of us have gone through. I remember one time you was talking about in class. I actually went to college, because my mother wanted me to. I actually wanted to go. I was actually going to a college. I was accepted to a college, Morris Brown. Actually, it's no longer Morris Brown anymore. I think they actually shut the doors. But to any event, wasn't able to go because I had to stay home and help my mom with my sister and so forth. So I ended up going to one of the local community colleges, Bronxboro, Manhattan. And I'm sitting in class, and I'm like, this is not me. But I went for a year and a half, but at the end, I'm like, this is not my life. Can't live my life for my mother. I cannot live my life for everyone else. I have to live my life for me. And I love dancing, so the entertainment I was already in it, but I just wanted to make sure I had an education to fall back. But again, college is not for everybody. Trade school may be for you. You're just a natural born, free-spirited person that God has given you so many talents that you can do anything. You set your vision too, but as you stated, God had to strip all of you down, and He did it at a young age. So that's a blessing to be where you at right now at the age you at. That you are so far ahead of those that may be in their 50s or 60s, still trying to find their way.
Wow,
and,
I appreciate that.
It's the truth, but again, it's the truth of how you have been reared. You have been reared around God's people. You have been reared where you had mentors that told you, and you listened, but you still felt something's just not right. This is not me. But you did not bank on, I can't do it. Anyone that walks away from a scholarship, they're like, fool, are you crazy? It's not all about the money, And again, that's what you're saying. It's not about the money. It's the principle of who you are. If you were to continue playing basketball, God forbid something happens, injury, then you wouldn't be able to be who God created Danny to be. So sometimes we tend to do things that we feel others want us to do opposed to what we want to do. And I want to say, too, that I met you in the midst of you having one of your meetings and so forth at one of our local spots I will not mention. However, your team is very passionate about what you all are doing, and I've been following you a little bit too and seeing what it is that you're doing, and I'm going to let us talk about it because, with any business, like we were speaking the other day, you have the pros and cons, and everything is not for everybody. So let's touch on your swag team, why you need to be here, and let the listeners know because, again, like I said to you, I cannot, for me, promote something, but I understand, too, after speaking with you, you gave me, that confirmation again. Everything is not for everybody, and I understand that. So let's talk about what it is that you're doing right now because you have so many of your peoples, and I say people because you're younger than I, 27, I'm 44, but you all are alive, like happy, y'all really into what you're doing. You all are the next billionaires, millionaires building with each other and making things happen. And not too many people are listening or probably don't even know what you all are doing. So let our listeners know what's really going on, Danny, at this point with you.
Yeah, I mean, again, so many things you said there that kind of inspire me to just be better than where I'm at now. But ultimately, I mean, with our group, like I stated before, I was actually introduced to a guy, 3.5 years ago. My friend, who I reconnected with out here in North Carolina, he calls me up one day and he's like, "Hey, Danny, we're riding to Greensboro today." So I don't know how your relationship is with your best friends or your close friends, but it's usually not really like a tug of war, when they call and say, like, we're about to do something, like as long as you're free, it's like you're pretty much down for it. So I trusted him, and I'm like, hey, we'll roll out to Greensboro. And we pull up to this apartment complex. We get out the car, and we go into this clubhouse. Now, on the outside, this looks like a regular clubhouse. So if you can go with me, like, just imagine, like, a regular clubhouse at an apartment complex, And as soon as I walk in the door, like, I mean, literally walk in the door, not only was it hot in there, but also it was so much positive energy in the room. I mean, like, I don't know if you've ever been in a space to where when you enter into a room, it's like a different atmosphere from when you walk outside of the room. And that's exactly what I walked into. And, I mean, what really got me excited was as I looked around the room, there were so many young, positive minority people, not just men or, but also women too, that were just in unity, that were just friends, that were just happy, that were just excited about life. And, where I come from is not, that's abnormal. That's not normal for people of young age, really, or even of our race, period, to be together for too long and it's all peace, and for me to see that really kind of that woke me up, So, of course, I was invited to an event, that was involving network marketing and things of that nature. It was a specific program that was happening. And, I've seen a bunch of different programs out there. I've seen them all. I've seen the ones where, they help you save money on your electric bill. I've seen the ones where they help you, lose weight and feel great. I've seen the ones where, you put the makeup on and, get your undertone right. I've seen them all. I really have, and I know that they work because I have family members and friends who drive pink Cadillacs and things like that and all types of stuff. So I know that those programs work. For me personally, just my personality, I could never get involved with those programs. Like, I had an issue with, driving around with a trunk full of, coffee beans to, talk to my friends about. That's not, an organic conversation for me personally, And when I saw this product, which was based in lifestyle, based in fun, based in peak experiences, and a product, I'm like, how does that work? But how it attracted me is that it brought us together. So it's really, for me, not even so much about the product. Really, for me, it's so much about the community that the product creates. The product creates such a community that it's an even playground for everybody. Everybody wants to be involved with what we're doing because it's just natural. People want to see the world. People want to go to these beautiful places, and it doesn't matter if you're black or white or young or old, man or a woman. Everybody wants to go, and that's why I got involved in the program. And I literally, like I said before, I met a guy in his 20s, okay? He was about 28 years old when I met him. The guy was sharing his story from the front of the room, and what really caught my attention was his story. I mean, he told us from the front of the room, hey, I'm 28 years old. He's like, literally, I'm tired. I just came off a 12 or whatever hour flight from London. He did a 3.5-week tour of Europe. So he was out there in Europe for 3.5 weeks. He said, hey, I just flew back in here today for this event. And what's crazy is I made more money this month on vacation than most people made at their jobs all year. And I'm like, wait, how does that work? And I'm like, wait, what is he talking about? Then I had to say it again, and he said it more direct. He said, hey, I made $30,000 this month. Some people don't make $30,000 in a year. So there's a rule. I don't know if you guys follow the rule, but there's a rule where it's if somebody makes more money than you, you listen to what they say. It's that's the rule. And I just tuned into what this guy was saying, and he also just started sharing about how he makes the income is not so much about what he does, but he works and he leverages, working with a group of people. And to me, that makes so much sense because one of my issues with our economy is most people are not educated on how successful or how wealthy people become wealthy. I'm not knocking the job system at all, but I doubt that most people in their lifetime are excited about working for 40 years to barely make a Social Security check that they can live off of. Most people, if they really knew what they were getting themselves into, they wouldn't go that route. One, because it's 40 years, working that way, but also, the amount of income that you get when you retire can barely keep you afloat. I mean, rent's going up. I mean, thank God the gas prices are going down, or gas would be a bill itself, So most people, they don't know how to make money. They know how to work a job, but they don't know how to make money. And he introduced me to this book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad, by Robert Kiyosaki. If you haven't read the book, I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it. And what really got me was the sentence on the front of the book that said, "Is what the rich and successful teach their children about money that the poor and middle class do not." And again, like I stated, I know how I grew up. I grew up in the poor middle class. You know, my mom, this is what she taught me on how to make money. She said, Daniel, go to school, okay? Tell me if anybody can relate to this one. Go to school, right? Work hard, get good grades. Make sure you graduate so when you graduate you can get a good what? Job.
Mm-hmm.
You know, work
instead of becoming an entrepreneur.
There it is. Work 30 to 40 years for this, building somebody else's dream and get a retirement check, you know, and live off of 40% of what you can, you know, live off of 40% of what you can barely live off of with the whole 100% and retire. Now you can live life, okay? That's what my mom taught me about making money. I love my mom to death. I really do. I told her to listen in today, so I hope she hears this. I love my mom to death.
Hey, Mom.
But, you know, but honestly, I did not like my mom's lifestyle, okay? I didn't like the fact that my mom had to wake up at the crack of dawn and go to work, come off, go to another job, and still me and my sister barely have, or me and my whole family, really the whole household, barely have anything. I didn't like that job. I didn't like that system. You know, so for me, I love my mom to death, but why would I listen to my mom's advice on how to make money? When I just met a guy who told me that he makes $30,000 a month in his 20s, and he spends 3 out of the 4 weeks of that month on vacation. Who do you think I should listen to? Do you think I should listen to how my mom taught me how to make money, or do you think I should listen to this guy on how to make money? And that's what I did.
There's always a ladder. Yeah, that's a ladder. Your mom gave you the seeds of what she knew, you know, what was best, because that's what our parents were taught. However, there's always others that will come into your life to give you that next step of the ladder to build, and that's what you're saying, what happened with you, and you can go on. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, that was definitely the leverage, you know, for hearing that information, because if it wasn't for my mom kind of directing me there, I would have never knew that there was, that I would have never been open to the idea of something else, you know. So that's what it was for me. And, you know, I started to learn from this guy. And for me, I'm very low maintenance. You know, my friends know me like I'm very low maintenance. Like, it doesn't take much to make me happy. And I'm very non-materialistic. Like, monetary things mean close to nothing to me, you know, just because I believe in something else. You know, I believe in different things, you know. But one thing that I did know, and that, like, I can't help poor people if I'm one of them. You know, like, I can't help poor people if I'm one of them. So I've always had the desire, and I've always wanted to make a whole lot of money just so I can things for other people. You know, like, I want to buy my mom a new house. Like, I want to get my mom the brand new car. Like, I want to help my sisters get through school. I want to help provide for my family. But I knew that there was no way for me to do that when I was working a job that was barely paying me enough to take care of myself. You know, so I just took entrepreneurship super serious. You know, it's just my belief that God, like, and it's so funny because it's like people kind of, you know, they have, you know, in the past, folks that I've shared, you know, just a new path and career, I've shared it with them, and they've kind of gave me some different responses and things of that nature. And not everybody's always all supportive because all they know is that system of working, you know, working a job. Mm-hmm. And it just got so funny to me because, you know, I'm very, very, you know, I'm a man of faith, so I read the Bible, and, you know, never in the Bible does it say that Jesus went and, like, to a job. Like, it never said, like, Jesus went to a job. Like, but Jesus was always getting work done. And it was so key to me because I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, if Jesus wasn't going to a job, but he was getting work done, like, what is he doing? What is he doing? And what resonated to me was he was doing, like, the work. You know, like, he was out sharing the gospel. He was out talking and helping and influence people. And I'm like, man, that's so powerful because he had so much freedom. He was doing work, but he didn't work a job. And what that did for me was it just kind of gave me the aha moment. Like, if I work a job, I'm stuck and I'm doing work for this job, but I'm not servicing people like I'm designed to service people. And I need to put myself in an atmosphere to where it allows me the freedom to service people. You know, so this program has done that for me. I mean, I got involved over 3.5 years ago. Brand new. Like, I've never done anything like it before. Like, I was the guy who was like, you know, got my fingers crossed. It's like, man, if you show me one of those things, man, you're going to go to hell, you're going to go to jail. Like, I was one of those guys, you know. Mm-hmm. But also I was very broke and broken, You know, I was at that point too. You know, so what for me was, if I say no to this, what am I really saying yes to? Am I saying yes to being broke? Am I saying yes to being broken? Am I saying yes to being, insignificant to helping other people at a high level? That's what I'm saying yes to if I say no to this. You know, so I got involved 3.5 years ago. I've just been trained by multimillionaires. I've been trained by people who are now world-renowned speakers, you know, people who train other people's companies and their employees. These are my mentors now, and they've taught me so much about myself, and I've grown so much. But the biggest thing is I've been able to impact literally thousands of, you know, directly and indirectly. I've been able to impact so many people all because of this platform, you know. And it's not even about the income. It's not even about the money here. But really what it's about is the options. You know, like there are people out there who are sitting at their jobs right now, and they're trying to figure out, why am I here? They know that they have a bigger purpose. They know they have a bigger design, but they're sitting at a desk that's paying them a dollar amount that's way below what they're even worth. But of course they got bills. The first of the month just passed, right? They got bills. You know, they got all these things that they got to take care of. So they're subjective to the dollar at their job. God didn't design us to be like at a job, in my opinion. He designed us to be out here doing work, but we can't do work because we work a job. You know, this is our time. We only have so much time. So I'm just super passionate about, you know, our group. We all understand that there's a higher purpose in life. And, you know, again, I'm not bashing anybody who works a job. There's people who love what they do. You know, they're passionate about what they do. And I commend those people, you know, for being in those positions and finding their passion through what they do. You know, I just also know that there is another space, you know, for people who aren't as fortunate to love their job and love what they do, and know in their pits of their hearts and in the pits of their souls that there's something more for them. I'm just excited about having the opportunity to build a group of people like that. We support each other, we help each other, and not only do we help each other, we all work together to develop ourselves personally, and also it helps us do that financially, to where, you know, even though some people in our group don't work jobs, we're still making enough income to, of course, stay afloat, stay alive, you know, but we're also using that influence to help and pull other people into that circle, which helps duplicate that, you know. So our whole mantra, you know, Team SWAG is an acronym for stop wishing and go get it, you know, and that's what we say. That's our mantra. That's our beliefs right there, because so many people have dreams and goals. There might be some people on the show right now who are listening in who may be older than me. You know, for some time you've had a dream, you've had a goal, you've had some things that you've always wanted to accomplish, but you know what? You've been beat up by life a little bit. You know, maybe somebody told you couldn't do it. You know, maybe you kind of had some fallbacks or some mishaps in life that kind of pushed you in a different direction, to where your ball dreams didn't happen, to where your art dreams didn't happen, your dance dreams didn't happen, or your singing career didn't get off the ground. But guess what? Let's stop talking about those things and let's just go get them done. Because that's what the gift that God gave you, that's the purpose and that's the design that God gave you, to influence and help people and impact the world. But why let that dream sit on the shelf? You know, why let that dream sit there and get dusty and go away? You know, so our whole teams, our whole movement is about, let's stop talking about our dreams. Let's stop talking about these things we want to do. Let's just fight together, lock arms, and fight as an army to get them all done. And, I mean, God's just been making a way. He's been blessing us. I mean, I've been fortunate enough to see numbers of my friends just increase in life, you know, not just on a monetary level, but spiritually, intellectually. You know, I have friends now who are, you know, company trainers with our program, to where they get flown all across the world to just speak and impact people. I've seen friends who've been working for the state, working for schools for over 27 years, when, you know, and they were forced out of retirement because of budget cuts in their position. I've seen people, instead of looking for another job, they just go online and look for another vacation. You know, I've seen people who are college dropouts who, you know, by the world standards, you don't qualify success, you know, but because of our program, I've seen them become multiple six-figure income earners, you know, and impacting thousands and thousands of young and older people. You know, I've even seen older people who were in their 60s get involved with our program, you know, and you would think like, oh, this person is, you know, older or whatever the case is, but have more life than anybody in the whole entire group. I've seen them go from, having a stroke and having a serious medical condition and kind of being, I don't want to say on her deathbed, but being very close to being on her way out. I've seen people like that, get involved with our program and work, from them working 33 years for a company, and by being a part of our program, tripling her 33-year pension by just being with our program for 1 year, and now she doesn't work anymore.
I'm sorry, Danny. Our time is really as short right now, and you've been sharing so much wisdom. You're going to have to come back for a part 3 for you, because you're definitely your brother's keepers and sister keepers, and I already know who you are. You are one of God's chosen ones to lead them directly upon the values of how God called us to be, as you said, servants. But what I need you to do is tell them how can they get in contact with you, because we're going to have to close out the show, but I definitely want you to come back on the show so that we can break bread some more. And you just, okay.
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook. It's just my name, Danny Norton. You can find me on Instagram by my name, @DannyNorton. You can also email me if you want to get in contact with me and talk directly. My email address is D as in dog, M as in Michael, N as in Nancy, V as in Victory, 14@gmail.com. So those are the best ways to get in contact.
What's the swag mean again?
SWAG is an acronym for Stop Wishing and Go Get It.
Stop wishing and go get it, family. Y'all heard that. Y'all heard that right here. Listen, Danny, I want to appreciate you. I appreciate you for coming on our show, blessing us with your wisdom. And as I said, going to have to definitely bring you back. That 30 minutes definitely went by fast, did it not?
It surely did.
Yeah,
but I think
we're going close to the 45 minutes now. But listen, I wanted to get cut off. That's the first that happened to me like last week or week before last for the first time ever. So I don't want us to be cut off. So have to bring you back, Danny. You continue to keep God first. Much success to you and your crew, Swag. And let's make this happen again, okay? And again, I thank your mother for being your mother. God bless her. God bless your family. God bless your minister. Definitely, and your mentors, because you are definitely on the right track and you are surrounded by the best. So I wish all of you all the best. And again, definitely, thank you for sharing with us your testament.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time, and I appreciate you. I love to come back.
Definitely will. Now, we're going to move this out, family. You've been listening to Sound Off Only Fear Fears. I am your host, Ms. Tonya E., and you've been listening to our special featured guest, Mr. Danny Norton. Definitely will have to bring him back, family, dropping all types of jewels for us. And the main thing, of course, that he's been speaking about is God. You have to know who you are, who God created you to be, opposed to what others may think you should be. Get to know you. And God always have to strip you down. That's a must. If God can't strip you down to nothing for you to be rebuilt, man, you still searching. But keep searching, because God knows how to grab our attention, family. We're going to leave one out of here, and God sees fit. We're going to try to come back on Thursday. We have another special featured guest. Have a blessed day, family. We're leaving out with the Mr. J. Name of the track is called Change, and it's featuring Strange Fruit Project and Red. See ya!
I realized that I could be gone. The days of our lives don't take long, and any moment you blink might be another golden moment extinct. And I'm just hoping that you only would think, maybe rethink, cause my mission's not to kill or cause friction. It's non-fiction, and every living man's a walking contradiction. The dark and light collab to make a full composition. I know experience is not after the proposition. If I chose to not listen while I was caught in a spot without a pot to piss, then I probably wouldn't be spitting while I'm knowing that the block is hot. I stand firm like Al Sharp's perm and give it all that I got. We're trying to tear down the walls of hate to bring change. And some of y'all scream bump the strain. They just hate us perhaps. Either way, man, they better relax. The next con that's about to relax and grab the hold of the mic, cause y'all brothers wasn't holding it right. And I'ma blow into the close of the light to bring change. And then some. Sometimes we stumble.
things will come to pass. Some of us really hard, but a change is gonna come regardless of the situation. I see the times have changed, but in the eyes of some, yo, we still the same. Go figure, parents is cold killers, killing they seeds with no conscience, left and right, not afraid of pulling them triggers. As we enter the troubled times, sometimes I feel I'm better off mumbling rhymes, cause y'all ain't trying to listen anyway. Crumbling minds, understand the words spoken from a poet. I know it, we need to bring the love back and put it in their soul.
We all struggle with change, to see it won't happen fast. Got some stupid insecurity shown on the newscast, casting fear into the hearts of us all, pushing carts through the halls of these markets, consuming these products that they say will change and sustain our lives. Why our wives are on Atkins, our daughters on Botox, fathers asking for pills to kill his depression. Those are only symptoms, gotta light his misdirection.
Some things will come to pass. Some of us really hard, but a change is gonna come regardless of the situation. Some things will come to pass. Some of us really hard, but a change is gonna come regardless of the situation.
Welcome to the struggle where a poet's got a rhyme hustle. Going through it blind, cause I know it's more than mind a muscle. When the divine humbles, my pride crumbles, my eyes bubble with tears, making it clear why I stumble. It's like I'm double when in trouble, I got two sides. My life's a puddle to the sudden glimpse of blue skies. Carry the rain away, it varies from day to day. No matter where we stay, we change. Remember who remains the same. We sending prayers out in his name, with a hope that might help you cope. Giving the praise to God if you felt what I wrote. Head nod until I melt into notes. Heart throbbing, put a swell on my throat. Smooth sailing till we fell off the boat. Now we swimming in sin, treading, waiting for our shit to come in. Deep breath just before the water enter my chest. The author of life offered his life back.
Some things will come to pass. Some of us really hard, but a change is gonna come regardless of the situation. Some things will come to pass. Some of us really hard, but a change is gonna come regardless of the situation.
Welcome to the Financial Quarterback Podcast. I'm Josh Jelinski, and every week I'm diving into the world of retirement investing and financial planning. From understanding market moves to protecting your future, we cover it all. I bring on expert guests and have a little fun with games and real-world insights. With nearly 2 decades of experience and a Forbes-recognized track record, I'm here to guide you through the biggest questions about your money. Subscribe to the Financial Quarterback Podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
With the cold weather incoming, what's the obvious choice for a backyard upgrade? Hint, it's a Solo Stove. Solo Stoves are smokeless, and that's not blowing smoke. With the patented design with signature 360-degree airflow technology to feed the flames and burn off smoke before it gets into your hair or clothes. Create the perfect atmosphere this fall. With over 222,000 5-star reviews, Solo Stove is the ultimate fire pit. Just ask Snoop Dogg. With countless sizes, there's a Solo Stove for every backyard. From tabletop fire pits to pizza ovens and even fire pits designed to sit 8+ people, there's something for everyone. With the lifetime warranty, enjoy the comfort of your 100% stainless steel fire pit without the worry of it breaking. Solo Stoves are built to last, not just for the season, but forever. Get yours now at solostove.com.